Tea is a wonderful thing. I have my TARDIS lights up, I have my TARDIS mug, I am literally a weeb for Britain. Hi, what's up, hello, my name's Anna, and today we're going to talk about hangovers. So essentially, today is January 2nd, and that means that yesterday I rolled out of bed at 1:30, promptly went back to sleep at 2. To preface that, on New Year's Eve, my boyfriend and I threw a huge party because he just moved into his first apartment. So we had the whole basement to ourselves to throw this giant party. I think we had about 70 people, give or take, come to this party. It was ridiculous. By we, I also mean that I showed up, cleaned up the basement, and then drank free liquor. So because I partied with a bunch of frat boys on New Year's Eve, I was not doing okay on New Year's Day. I had one of the worst hangovers of my life, and we're not going to go into why, but I will tell you it's because of a horrible concoction called apple pie. It's not okay. That's another video for another time. So today, because I am unoriginal, we're going to have a chat about hangovers, because I was really hungover, and this is all I could think of yesterday. So first, let's go over types of hangovers. Am I going to edit something there? Probably not. So here's the 4 types of hangovers I've had so far, in order from not so bad to yesterday. First, so this is the I did a couple of shots and now my head kind of hurts hangover. This hangover is when I've had a little bit to drink, you know, it wasn't really a party, but we were doing some shots, we were having a good time. And you wake up the next day and your head hurts a little, but it's overall not too bad. Second, this is the why the fuck is everything so loud and bright hangover. This is when I've done more than a couple of shots and had a little bit too much to drink. Maybe I was hitting those mixed drinks pretty hard. Whatever the case may be. Everything is very loud, very bright, my head hurts a lot, but overall, it's not unbearable. Third, this is the I tried to keep up with my brother-in-law hangover. By brother-in-law, I mean my boyfriend's brother. So essentially, my boyfriend comes from a very German family. His brother is not a slight person and can definitely pack down some shots. And I went shot for shot with him one night. No. I made some bad decisions in my time. That was definitely one of them. But anyway, we were actually talking about this last night. I think it was close to 30 shots. To put this in perspective, I am 4'11" and probably weigh about 140 pounds. Bad decisions. I'm not a good role model. And add on to this, that was at a very, very fancy event. I was wearing a floor-length ball gown with 6-inch high heels, and I spent the end of that night throwing up on the bathroom floor of a very, very, very fancy place. Not one of my finer moments. And finally, fourth. So this is yesterday's hangover. This is I played a lot of beer pong, did a good amount of losing, and drank a lot of apple pie. Side note, apparently when I get tipsy, I'm very good at beer pong because I played a lot of games because people kept calling me in as a sub for their partner or because they wanted to play against me. Anna, video, tangent. Anyway, so because I spent a good portion of yesterday basically immobile and useless, this was the only video idea I could come up with. So I've put together a list of my hangover essentials. Now, what you use from this list depends on which kind of hangover you have. There aren't only 4 kinds, these are just the 4 that I usually experience because I either drink not too much or way too much. Let's get started. First is water. So basically, alcohol dehydrates you, like no other. And I'm sure that you know that, but you need water. You need water while you're drinking, you need water before you stop drinking, you need water after you stop drinking, before you go to bed, when you wake up, you need water. And a lot of it. But here's the thing. Do not, if you are nauseous, do not chug water. Essentially, you're going to chug water, it's going to upset your stomach further, and you are going to then throw up all that water you just tried to put in your body. So a solution I learned from my parents, who used to party, is take a mouthful of water and hold it in your mouth, do not swallow it. You have a lot of blood vessels under your tongue, so those are going to absorb the water Not very quickly, and it's not going to be the most effective way to hydrate, but it's better than downing an entire bottle of water only to regurgitate it in about 5 minutes. Next is a dark room. Now, this is for when you have a light sensitivity. So sometimes hangovers manifest in the same form as migraines, which is often because you didn't drink water and you're dehydrated. So essentially, you need a dark room because that light is hurting your eyes and making you want to throw up. Simple as that. While we're on that note, make that dark room also a quiet room, because sometimes you have a sound sensitivity as well as a light sensitivity, and things are just too damn loud. So have a nice quiet dark room ready. Next, a bucket. Sounds like common sense. Most people don't think of it though. If you are nauseous, keep a fucking garbage pail next to your bed, because sometimes you don't make it to the bathroom in time. You just don't. No matter how good you are, you just don't. So sometimes that bucket comes in handy. Next, medicine. So what kind of medicine you use depends on what kind of hangover you're having. If you're having that migraine, everything is very loud and bright and my head hurts, take some kind of ibuprofen or acetaminophen, which will help to ease that headache and hopefully its side effects. If you are very nauseous but not throwing up, then some kind of stomach easer will do. I have two that I always keep on me. One of them is Pepsid, which is really, really good for nausea. It's a very small pill and it works very quickly. The other is Pepto-Bismol, which most people have seen. I take it in pill form because I can't drink that pink liquid. It makes me want to throw up. Counterproductive. Moving right along. The next is something to replace all the electrolytes you're losing in your body. Now, this is Gatorade or Pedialyte. It depends which one you like. I personally use Gatorade mostly just because I've never had Pedialyte. I don't know what it's like. My friends who don't like Gatorade say it's just as good. So, there you go. Keeping right along with beverages, the next is ginger ale. Now, if you're very nauseous, ginger ale is great. So what you need to do is have a cup of ginger ale, leave some space at the top though, because you're going to stir out all of the bubbles in it. You are going to make that shit so flat. That's because ginger is really good for easing your stomach, and ginger ale is just a very pleasant form of ginger, because you don't want to do a shot of ginger. It might make you throw up. It's gross. Next, more water, because you need water. I know you think you don't, but you do. Next, two things that were very essential to me yesterday. The first is rice, just plain rice. This is a really, really, really great meal for when your stomach is upset, but you are very, very hungry, and you just need something in there to stop it from churning. Ew, that was nasty. Like, chill out, Anna. Be less gross. The second is later on when I was feeling better, not quite so nauseous, but I still felt kind of off. Plain corn chips, tortilla chips, whatever you like to call them. They are a lifesaver. They're very plain and the salt gives them a little bit of flavor, so you can just eat them. They have a good crunch, they're very satisfying to eat, and they help settle your stomach. My stomach was flipping last night and it was like 3 in the morning and we didn't have any rice made in this house, and I'm not making rice at 3 in the morning. You couldn't pay me enough. So I just popped open a bag of tortilla chips, started eating them, watched some YouTube, problem solved. So that's that. I hope it was helpful. This is just my personal experience, and I wouldn't say take my advice, except for the water. Fucking go drink some water, because you're dehydrated. Even if you're not hungover, drink some water. It's important. Stay hydrated. What the fuck are you, Tumblr? Anyway, so that's all for this. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.